We have a teed off customer at the coin shop, folks. We're going to look at that story in this video. We also got a surprise from our bullion dealer today. I'll tell you about that. So much news going on right now with silver and gold. We're going to talk about that as well. So please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for getting me over 5,800 subscribers. We are now going for 5,900 subscribers. We're 95 away from 5,900 subscribers. If you're not yet subscribed, come join us. Help me get to 5,900. Thank you all very much for watching. Let's get into the video right now. Let's start off with the thumbnail said. Teed off customer. Well, as you guys know, yesterday, we were not taking gold orders last night because we were out of most of the gold last night at the shop until the new order came in this morning. Had a guy come in and accusing us of holding back because we somehow knew gold was going to go up again today on the overnight market. And he wants the same price that he would have got it last night for, and we just told him it's not going to work that way. We didn't have it. We didn't know what we were going to exactly get in. We had an idea what we were going to get in. It is what it is. We can sell you what you want now, but it's going to be at the higher price, unfortunately. He went off like a Roman candle, folks. He called us every name in the book. And I'm trying to calm this guy down. I really am trying my best to keep this guy calm. But there was no keeping this guy calm. He just kept going on and on and on. So I says, finally he shut the heck up. And I said, you done now? I said, this is what I'm going to do for you. I said, I'm going to take $15 off of my price. I said, but that's all I'm going to do. I said, either you take it, you leave it, you walk out, I don't care. Well, he chose to walk out. That is fine by us. But, you know, we don't know when silver and gold are going to rise. We don't know. Normally, when we're out of one particular item, we know we have 10 or 15 coming in. We will do the pre-orders. We don't mind people getting locked in. But when you're out just about of everything, and that, I cannot recall a time that we were out of everything and we had this much strong demand for gold. So with that being said, you know, I'm trying my best. Yeah, I'm the one who does mostly the ordering for the shop. We're trying our best to keep up with supply and demand. As I said, gold's a little tricky right now. You know, with these higher prices, gold is an all-time high, folks, in the futures markets. $3,263 and change it got up to. It's crazy right now. We are trying to not get too much at one time, but we're still trying to have enough to cover demand until the next drop. You know, and right now you just don't know. I mean, there's no charting for this. There's no paperwork for it. There's no, you know, we just don't know. I mean, that's the bottom line. You know, we're taking the risk of too if we buy too much at one time. Yeah, gold could go right back down to $3,000 an ounce, and if we buy it today, we're gonna lose our butts off. You know, that's the game in this precious metal business. You know, I'm not too worried about silver as much. But gold, I'm a little nervous about because we don't know which way that's going to rock next. I didn't think gold was going to go up this fast once again. Maybe I should have got in a little bit more. But, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda type of attitude does not work right now. We're taking the gamble too, like everybody else is taking the, you know, don't know where the lows are, don't know where the highs are. Every time we turn around, there's an all-time high on gold. How many times have I said that on this channel this year, folks? We're only in April. We're only in April. And we're still making all-time highs in gold. Look at the gold ticker, folks. Look at the 10-year bond. Troubled times are coming. Blame whoever you want to blame. But I'm not here to blame any politician on anything. That's not my job on this channel. My job on this channel to get people educated about silver and gold. Don't matter who's in office. I'll be doing it no matter who's in office. Stocking is for the future. Whether silver, gold, platinum, I don't think platinum's the biggest thing for a hedge against inflation. I really don't. Platinum's too wild for me. Silver and gold, folks. That is where I mostly stack. Yeah, I stack a little bit of copper, nickels, or all nickels are copper, to be honest with you. The Jefferson nickels. And yeah, I go to the bank, I look for war nickels. And I keep all my nickels I get from the bank. I don't stock gold. I got some gold backs. You guys know what I stack. So with that being said, yes, you got to cost average your stack. Do we like not doing pre-orders at the shop? No. But when you're out of everything and you don't really have a guide on a computer screen to guide you of what you have left in the inventory, when you see zeros, but in the back of your mind you got XYZ coming in, okay, and you got 2 or 3 associates a night trying to do orders and trying to call each other, text each other in between. Okay, I sold another gold eagle. I sold another quarter ounce of eagle. I sold this. I sold that. It gets too confusing. When you're out of one particular item, it's a little bit easier to do. But when you're out and out and out and out, right now we're replenished. And on the good news, our bullion dealer, well, not our bullion dealer, but the driver, picked up $300 a face of Roosevelt silver diamonds from another coin shop. And just asked us, are we interested right now? He called his boss up and says, can we sell these to another coin shop if they want him? He says, absolutely. He says, here's the price. They got them for one price. They got them for trade. We were able to get $300 in face of silver dimes. That don't happen every day, folks. Stuff like that. That was a little bit surprising for me this morning. So we got dimes processing. We got the gold processed through the registers. We're going to look for we're going to process the dimes later today. Doing the downtimes at the shop. And that is how we're going to do it. We're going to look for the key dates. And there ain't too many key dates for the Roosevelt silver dimes. But we are going to go through them just to make sure there's no Mercury dimes in them. No Barber dimes in them. It's supposed to be all Roosevelt dimes. We put them through the counter already. And it is exactly right on the nose before we paid the guy who brought us the other inventory. So we had to do another separate invoice. Send us another invoice. Pay that. That's done. Speaking about silver dimes, channel sponsor Pinbacks does have silver dimes back in stock, but they don't have a lot right now. Once again, folks, they're still running their special, 5 rolls or more. Check them out, folks. They're selling fast at Pinbacks as well. They don't have a lot, so if you're still interested in silver dimes, pick them up now if you're able to afford to do so. Thank you, Pinbacks, for sponsoring Coin Shop Chris. Thank you to the viewer out there, because it's not possible without you. Moving forward, folks. Again, I can't tell you where silver and gold are going to go. I can make a prediction. Are we going to break my 33.90 for gold by the end of the spring? We keep seeing gains like this. There's not going to be no question we're going to break that as well. Will we get there? Time will tell. Are we in a fallback? Time will tell. We're selling a lot of gold right now. I'm hearing emails from you folks. Your coin shops are very, very busy. And again, on the backside of it, I'm hearing from some people, you were the only one in there. Again, it's location. It's maybe the timing you went in there. I don't know. But overall, I can tell you we are pretty steady right now. A lot of silver going out the door. A lot of gold going out the door. Even with these so-called all-time highs. People keep saying, don't buy gold at all-time highs. But every time we turn around, it's another all-time high. Gold ain't going to stop, I don't believe, folks. Yeah, it's getting very expensive for gold. And I don't regret for not buying gold when it was $1,700, $1,500. I couldn't afford it back then. I still can't afford it now. My ultimate plan. This is my plan for now. When silver gets to when we get to a 40 to 1, 30 to 1, ratio ounces for gold and silver, I might consider it to get some gold. But again, for my spending habits, and this is just me talking, folks. This is just for me personally. I just don't see me doing that. I just, is it possible I would change my mind? Yeah, and I'll let you guys know. Let's talk about mining stocks real quick. And no mining stock is a sponsor of CoinShop Chris at this time, folks. But there are two that I want to talk about especially. First, mining gold. I think the company's well protected. They're in Canada, folks. Dan Wilton, a man of his word. He's doing what he said he was going to do. He's on a lot of YouTubers. He is done videos with other news agencies. He's backing with Keith Newmeyer, the founder of the company itself. Gold mining, they have a lot of projects going on right now, folks. They're a junior mining company as well. They put their own money into their own stock, their own company. That is what I look for. One of my biggest holdings right now. Since I bought in First Mining Gold, I'm not down that much, less than $200. All right, that's where I'm down right now. It was a lot worse before, folks. I'm still going to pick up more when I'm able to afford it. Silver Mountain Resources. I really don't understand how this worked, but apparently they bought back a lot of stocks. I had XYZ amount of stocks, and they got reduced to a lot less than I have now, but the price is higher. And don't quote me on this. If anybody has any information on this, please correct me or let me know in an email. I think they're going to start paying a dividend on their stock as well. Another junior mining company, but for silver. They're based out of Peru. Peru can be a little rocky at times. Another company that invests their own money into the company itself. That is what I look for. Keep in mind, mining stocks are very, very risky. Not financial advice, of course, to tell you go buy these stocks are not. I'm taking my chance. I'm holding my hat up on these two companies. My two biggest holdings with these two companies. I got two more, but it's like I own less than 1,000 shares of them, and I'm not even going to mention them because I'm kind of teed off at those two other mining companies. I cannot recommend them at this time. So I'll hold my water with those two companies for now until I start seeing some changing around with those two companies. And I'm just trying to be honest with you folks. This is not a ploy to tell you go buy these stocks. Don't buy these stocks. You have to do your own research on that as well. Moving forward to next week. What's going to happen next week? There's news out there that gold's going to take off. Silver's going to take off. Look. I'm not going to make any predictions what's going to happen from day to day. Because day to day, it can change very quickly. We've all seen that. Stock market's crazy right now. The bonds market crazy. There's more news out there with the housing crash. We still have retail with real estate in trouble. We don't know what's going to come next, folks. Keep stacking as you can with silver, gold. You like platinum, get a little bit of platinum, but stack what you can afford. Don't keep up with the Joneses. If you see somebody on YouTube or you hear about somebody else that has a big stack of this, because if you start doing that, you get that in your head. I've done it too, folks. I've seen other YouTubers, I see other customers buying so much at one time. I'm like, I wish I can afford that. But then what happens sometimes, they come back because they bought too much. And they're selling a quarter of it, or they're selling a half of it. Don't get yourself in that position where you have to sell because you bought too much at one time. And I got people on my channel saying that I give bad advice. I'm not giving no advice. I can only tell you what I'm seeing at the shop that I work at. You got to people have to remember, these are the people live in our area. We get to know some of these people on a personal level as well. And they're kind of like, we should have listened to. It's not about listening to us at the shop or listen to anybody. I highly recommend get multiple viewpoints. That is what I recommend. Don't just take my word for it. Maybe your coin shop will tell you the same thing. Cost average. I know channel sponsor Pinbacks, Michael and Brian, will tell you the same thing. They really believe in cost averaging your stack. There was a comment yesterday. Well, as silver and gold goes up, the cost averaging kind of washes away. I get that viewpoint. As silver and gold does go up, you are defeating cost averaging in some terms. But let's say you started buying silver at $17 an ounce, for an example. You buy a little at 22, you cost average that. You buy it at 24, you cost average in. You buy it at 25, you cost average. It drops down back to 22. You buy more at 22, you cost averaging. Silver, I wouldn't worry about the price as much right now, because it's still, I think, anywhere from here to 50, silver's a steal. I think once we get to 50, and we start holding that 50 price line, and we start going up, people are going to wish they bought more silver now. If you're able to afford more silver now. That is the key. I understand. I'm in the same position, folks, as a lot of you are. Don't have a lot of extra cash flow to dump. I understand that. Like I've said on this channel before, I love the people who come in and get 2 or 3 ounces at a time. Versus a monster box. Yeah, monster box, we make some extra money, of course, for the shop. Some people can afford it. A lot of us can't afford that much at one time. Even if people think they can afford that much at one time, I've seen it before where people buy monster boxes and come in 4 weeks later, 6 weeks later, and sell 10 rolls and say, we bought too much. They're taking a loss. Most of the time, they're going to take a loss. Don't do it, folks. Don't go overboard on your stacks at all at one time. If you folks have any questions for me about silver, gold, or platinum, please reach out. My email is always in the description of every single video. We're going to keep you updated on this channel. We're going to do things honestly on this channel. If you haven't liked, share, or subscribe, help me get to 5,900 subscribers, please. We will catch you this afternoon's video. We will keep you updated all through the way.